Welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be doing an upgrade, putting in aftermarket headlights and fog lights on this C6 behind me. This Z06 was actually the reason why I own my car. First Z06 I got the chance to drive, and it inspired me to buy mine. So we're going to be doing headlights and fog lights. I'm going to show you what we're going to be doing here. So the headlights that we're going to be using are these C7 style headlights. If you've ever seen them on the Corvettes, they look very nice. Let's take a peek here. Let's do a little bit of a unboxing. Those are going to look really nice. These are the old ones. We've got taillights on the back here, the aftermarket taillights. So it's gonna look nice to have the fronts and the rears. In my opinion, these are probably one of the best appearance-wise upgrades you can do for the Vette. Here is kind of our plan of action. There's two sort of different ways that we can do this. We can do this the easier way or the longer, harder way. We are going to try to do it the easier, quicker way first, and then if we need to, we'll do it the longer, harder way. I'll explain. Kind of our steps for this thing. We need to jack it up, take the wheels off, and then we're gonna try to get to the headlights and fog lights from the back end. So we basically need to loosen everything up. Both of these fenders, we don't need to take them off, but we do need to loosen them. So loosen everything up here, loosen a couple things on the bumper, and then we're gonna try to reach in there from either down here, or we can reach in from up there to take off the headlights to unscrew them, just enough so we can be able to take them out. That's the easy way. If we need to, we'll take the bumper off, but we're gonna try to not do that unless we absolutely have to, just because that's a bunch of more clips you need to put back on and all this other stuff. It would make our lives a lot easier if we didn't have to do that. When putting some of this stuff back on, the bumper clips on these things are pretty much only a one-time use, so we don't want to have to use a bunch of new ones if we don't have to. The headlights are both relatively plug and play, but we're gonna run those along here, and then we should be able to put them right into the fuse box. We just need to make a small little hole here on the fuse box so that that fits in nicely. And then as far as fog lights, we should be able to reach in there from behind this fender. That's the plan, and hopefully those are pretty easy as well. Perfect. So everything is out of the car right now. You can see that was relatively an easy process. We had to pull back these fenders in order to get to everything here. And then all of that, we're able to peel this back and just kind of reach in there and untighten everything. Hopefully we can just tighten it back up the same way and it won't be super challenging. It is going to be a little weird figuring out how and where to run this wire because we don't have the bumper off. I don't know if we can either snake it through here somehow or we might need to tuck it there, but we don't want it falling on anything. These are the old ones right here, and then the new ones should be getting ready to start those. All right, so we're gonna see what we got here. Full kind of unboxing. These are looking pretty good, dude. Wait, what's the back look like? Like, what are we working with here? Oh, that's literally basically just plug and play completely.
It's cool. They got like, look at the epoxy, like these little holes and stuff.
What is this? Oh, these are what we're gonna need to run to the fuse box. Okay. So the old headlights have this washer on there. The new ones don't. So some people say that you can swap them, but what we did is we bought some additional ones over here. These. Hopefully those will work for us if we need them. Once we get them in there, we need to balance them to make sure that the headlights point straight and are even, because we don't want them pointing up or pointing down. You have to be able to see the road, obviously. So that's something we're gonna have to finagle with. So this is kind of our wiring situation here. This is plug and play right into the fuse box, comes with the actual fuse. That's super nice. And these are straight into the headlights. But we're gonna work on both of the headlights. We seem to have misplaced our fog lights, so we're gonna need to find those. We might have to come back another day and finish this video. We got both the headlights in and they look pretty much amazing. They look a world of a difference. On the side here, you can see those are the blinkers, and then you got the running lights. I'm gonna actually flick these for you guys so you can see them. All right, ready? That looks so much better. We did end up leaving the fog lights at home, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna come back tomorrow and install those, button this up a little bit, and we'll be good to go. So it's the next day now, and we were able to put in those fog lights. I'll show you guys everything that's been done off camera. So we found the fog lights. Those are put in. Let's get a close-up, better look at that. You can see how it kind of like sets in. It's a lot smaller than the stock ones, but it looks pretty good. Those were a little hard to finagle in because of the way that the wires were set up, but they look pretty good now. Everything's looking much better. Looks a lot more modern. Very cool. At this point, we're done with putting everything in, so we just have to button this thing up. We have to get in there, and the adhesive on one of those blocks, I don't remember what that's called, but something you need for electrical. We were having some issues with that. It was not setting overnight, so we're trying again in a little bit here to put that up. But basically, we just have to button all this up now, tie everything down. We do have to tuck that wire, run that in there nicely, but I'll show you guys. Fuse box here. We cut out a tiny little hole there just so that it sits in a little bit nicer. But for the most part, just assembly now, then I'll show you guys the final product. There we go. Everything's all in. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna shine them up against that wall right there so we can adjust them higher or lower if we need to. So we finally got these headlights lined up and they're looking pretty good. We're gonna leave a little flap open just in case we need to go in there again. But we're gonna put the wheels on, button everything up, and we should be mostly good to go. You're good. These things are kind of finicky to line up, but what is usually best practice is to line it up exactly with a wall. In this sense, we're using the garage door, the front of the car. We lined it up straight with that center, and we adjusted the headlights. They're pretty easy to adjust, but they're pretty flat. And then right to left, they're looking pretty good. They're pretty even, about as even as we're gonna get them. You can see those like right there in the line. That's as best as this is gonna get. But 10 out of 10, these look really good. Totally changes the appearance of the car. Oh, I gotta buy them, man.
Yeah, you do.
So when I was at the car dealership today, I was looking at all of their cars that could potentially be my new daily. So I am asking you guys for some help. What should I get for a new daily? I'm looking for something that's gonna kind of replace the Focus, something that's similar to that, low on gas mileage, pretty much a beater car that I don't really care about, something that's gonna get me to point A to point B reliably, but cheaply. So there was some stuff I was looking at, potentially new daily coming to the channel. Probably not going to be anything crazy exciting, but something we can maybe fix up a little bit. I would encourage you guys to check out some of the Sandrail content. There's a lot of cool stuff going on with that build. Probably the craziest build I've ever done. Start up on the car coming soon. But that's all for this one, guys. Thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you in the next one.